Should we keep CCP, clear cooperation policy, or should we not? This is a big debate right now that's gotten very public in the real estate world. Well, I just want to tell you all that if you would like us to be like Europe, where when you are looking for a home, you have to contact multiple brokerages, multiple real estate agents, scour the internet to actually find properties and get a big headache and miss out on opportunities, well, if we want to be like that, then yes, we should let CCP go. So I am here to state publicly on this video that I, Anthony Lamacchia, broker owner of Lamacchia Realty and Crush It in Real Estate, am in support of keeping CCP. I am in support of keeping it. Now, this is something that I have debated heavily over the last few years, especially in recent weeks. And I will admit I had some moments of saying to myself, is it worth the gunpowder? Is it worth fighting with the DOJ about this? But what I ultimately decided between myself and my advisors, what we decided is we want to continue to be on the side of the consumer. What is best for the consumer? And that's why I am taking the position that I am taking. One of the things that I've noticed in recent weeks, as I've largely been quiet, but I've seen many others speak out on this, is there are a lot of misconceptions about specifically what CCP is, what clear cooperation policy from NAR is. I've heard some people do videos and they've said, well, it says that you have to list a property within 1 day of signing it. No, it doesn't say that. It talks in a more global sense. There are specific MLSs that may require that, but CCP doesn't say that. So let me read through the clear cooperation policy with you, and then I'll break it down more. Section 17, Clear Cooperation Policy Statement 8.0, within 1 business day of marketing a property to the public. Pay close attention there. Within 1 business day of marketing a property to the public, the listing broker must submit the listing to the MLS for cooperation with other MLS participants. Public marketing includes, but is not limited to, flyers displayed in windows, yard signs, digital marketing on public-facing websites, brokerage websites, displays, including IDX and VOW, digital communications marketing, parentheses, email blasts, multi-brokerage listing sharing networks and applications available to the general public. Adopted 11/19. Folks, I was there in that room in San Francisco back on November 2019. I walked to that meeting not so sure I was going to support the adoption of it. But when I sat there and listened to stories and listened to some things that were going on in various areas of the country that shouldn't go on, like brokerages hoarding listings, brokerages intentionally hiding listings, not in masses, but these occurrences were happening, I said, I'm in agreement with this. Now, for the record, I was not on the board of directors. I was not a part of the meeting. I was simply an attendee in the meeting as a guest. And that room was packed wall-to-wall standing room. But I came down thinking I want to be in favor of this. Recently, it came up again. I've heard some other meetings. I've talked to others, particularly here in my company, and it's kind of gone back through my head, and I've come down once again the same way. I am in support of keeping the clear cooperation policy. To some of those that are against it and are for getting rid of it, I disagree with you. Some of you are friends. Some of you are fellow competitors that aren't friends, but I respect you greatly. Some of you I've seen recently, had great conversations with, but I think that on clear cooperation, you are wrong. I think that there are some that are promoting getting rid of it for selfish business reasons, because they may hope to hoard the majority of listings in areas that they have market share to their companies. That is not consumer friendly. It's not a good idea, and it could completely change things nationally. And I don't think that is smart, and it's certainly not good for the consumer. We want to keep things on the most equal playing field that we possibly can. We want buyers to have access to all properties. We want all buyers to have access to all properties. Now, notice clear cooperation doesn't say that a brokerage can't sign up a listing while a seller is fixing the home up and potentially market that property within the brokerage. It doesn't say that you cannot do that. But what it says right here, key line, and I underlined it, within 1 business day of marketing a property to the public, the listing broker must submit the listing to MLS. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair request. Now, of course, there are companies, mine included, that occasionally sell a small percentage of properties without ever being listed because there might be a match between a buyer and a seller. prior to being listed on the open market. Well, when that happens, that's the choice of the buyer and the seller is well aware of it, and the property was not listed to the public yet. What this says is, once the property is listed to the public, there's a big differentiator there. And I want to make sure that everyone understands that. And I think this policy should be adhered to and kept moving forward. I hope that makes sense. I hope those that disagree with me agree to disagree. And I hope we all continue to do things with the thinking of the consumer's best interest in mind. Thank you.